Hello there, I'm back. Time for running more fun Haskell. Well, probably PureScript today more than anything else, and maybe a bit of CSS. So the plan for today is to kind of tidy up the web UI stuff, because I think I'm getting towards the end of it. And next time, hopefully, I'd like to go back and do some more Haskell. And in particular, I'd like to look at swapping out the storage backend to store stuff in the database rather than storing it in files. Hopefully I've laid some groundwork for that, because you can swap all that for tests, but we'll see how that goes. But before that, I want to just tidy up some stuff in the web UI I've been building. And if I can find it, let me do that and that. So we have the web UI, and it kind of works, but obviously it's very ugly. You can view upcoming episodes, you can view topics, you can view the cast list. There's a little bit of API work I might do if I have time, which is promoting people from participants to hosts. Oh, and actually, a lot of the CRUD stuff from hosts and participants is missing as well. Like, you can't create or delete them, but that should be quite easy to do. But what I want to start with is this page selection thing, routing between pages. So when you click on something, it doesn't update the address bar. And if I'm on cast and I reload the page, it goes back to upcoming episode, and that's not great. So the first thing I want to do, I think, is look at basically taking the current page, putting it into the address bar, and then also when you load the app, looking at address bar and loading the correct page. Now, there's probably a library to do this, but I'm going to do it by hand, because the point of this is to learn how to do stuff. It's also, again, a very stupid idea to write a web app for something this simple, but the point here is probably learning as much as anything else. Okay, so that's the plan. Let me switch to that and bring up the editor. So this is the change page stuff. In fact, when it initializes, you can see it sets the page to be episode page. When you click on one of these links, I guess they are links, it emits a change page action, I guess, which gets handled. Show me usage. Good. It gets handled somewhere down here, handle action. So when I'm handling change page, what I'm doing is I'm modifying the state and setting current page to be whatever the page is. So this will be some page object. I got a type for that? Must have a type. Yeah, some page object. What I would like to do is two changes. One is when you change page to put it into the address bar, and then the other one is on initialize. So here, I guess, where the app is initializing. No. Here when the app is initializing, rather than just setting the page to be episode page, to actually look at the address bar and pull something out of that. So I will have to, I think what will happen is I have to initialize the state to be empty and have an initial action that will say, look at the URL, extract some part of it at the end, and use that to set the page. Okay, that's the plan. Right, let's look at setting the address when you click on something. So I somehow want to turn this into a part of URL. I guess actually that I can take the page and I should be able to show it, which will give me a string representation of that, and that should be good enough just to shove an URL for now. So the first thing I want to do, I guess, is take, just say I'm going to call it fragment, because it's the thing I'm going to put into URL. I'm going to say that is show p. I cannot, because I don't have a show instance of p. And I can't really do this in I can't really do some PureScript in Haskell. I would say deriving, but I don't think there is deriving, but can you say instance show page? No. Okay. I can just by hand, it won't take me very long. There probably is a way of deriving it, but it's not a thing I'm interested in today. So show, which we've got, it's got type page to string, and show of episodes page. Episode page is going to be equal to, if I'm writing this, why would I call it show? Because that's not what I'm interested in. What I'm actually interested in is TURL. So I can write a helper called TURL, which goes from page to string. And this is called TURL. So episode page, I'll just put episodes, TURL of topics. I'll just say topics. And TURL of cast. It'll just be cast. Episodes, episode. It's like current episode or something. That'll do for now. Okay, so down here, we're not going to show it, but it's going to be TURL. Did I call it URL? Yes, okay, cool. So we've got a fragment, and now we need to do something with it. And I need to set the address bar, which I think is setting the window location. I think it is. Looks like it might be right. Okay, we've got something that goes from window to affect location. So that's probably going to be useful later, where I want to get the current location. I should have started there because it exists. What I really want to say is something that goes from location to affect unit, I think. It's not quite what I want. I don't want reload. The reason I think this is when you have a location, I want to set an address bar. I just want some kind of setting of this. Okay, first thing, I'm going to switch slightly. I'll stop trying to set it. I'm going to try and read it first because I want to make sure that this location is the correct concept. So let me just get rid of this for a second. It doesn't keep complaining at me, and get rid of the do. Okay, I want to read the URL, the address bar, when the application loads. So here, when we're initializing, is there a way to emit something? There is. What was it? We don't do here. What loads something? Is this of it? Just initialize. Oh, just initialize. Sorry, that's an action, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so we go back to main. The initialize here is an action that gets picked up here. Okay. For some reason I put it as pure unit. It doesn't, so I'm emitting the initialize thing, but it doesn't do anything. Okay. So we can try doing something here. We can say something like location is, where does this come from? It's HTML window. So we could maybe say window.location. Okay, and has it errored somewhere? Doesn't seem to have errored. Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay, Right, so we have our location, and we'll just say log location, log show location, because it's not a string, and then we'll just do nothing at that point. But we can't say that, wrong language. Pure unit. Okay, and then we should be able to import log show. Good, how much type, how much effect with function window. So we have an M here, and this needs to be monad effect of M, and that's for all M. Okay, can we import monad effect? Okay, it didn't help. I was hoping that would fix my problem. So the type of window location, sorry, this goes from window to effect location. Right, so we need to get the window. So we're looking for something with the type window. Function that just returns the window. Is it called window? Window. Where does this come from? It's called window. Okay, so this should give us back the window. And it's an effect, so we're not using let here. Okay, so we don't actually need to store it anywhere. We can say window.window. I'll jump that to window location. Okay, and can we import it? This is window web.html. Import value window, that's what I want. What type can I match? Could match type effect with type halogen M current page. Okay, so initialize did not take any arguments. What's this problem here? So normally at the end, we modify something, right? This whole thing runs on halogen M, but effect should be this M1, I think. This M, and I said monad effect M. But this, okay, this function is in a where block. So that's not the correct place to specify M. It's actually up here. So we said monad af M. I think we also want monad effect M. Are they comma separated? How do you specify multiple things? Like that. Okay. And then here, we'll actually have to lift the effect, won't we? That was the other thing I didn't do. Can we say H, so lift effect? No, we're back to the beginning. Wouldn't make any difference. Okay, so let's start with just window.window. And here we have good how much type effect with that thing. Right. Do I actually need my for all m, we'll add effect m here. That makes no difference. Okay, it's not that. Is it because I haven't got lift effect? Perhaps. And this will be h.lift effect. No. Can I put this back in again? So it's for all m, move that effect m in that. Still no dice. Still can't do it. Okay. We can jump to another file where we are lifting some effects to see what was happening. So here, for example, we have lift effect in the middle and lift off here, and that's all covered by this specification monad off at the top. I guess monad off includes monad effect. Right, so I don't need this, and I don't need, I can find it. I don't need monad effect in here. Okay, so what's the problem here? It's not that. I just wonder if I needed to do at the beginning, but that doesn't really make any sense. So initialize is that. So something like here we have initialize, response is h.liftoff, those things. So our equivalent would be window comes from h.lift effect that. And then we do some stuff later on. It can't much type effect with these things. Does window take any arguments? Am I being stupid here? No, window should just return effect window. Okay, have I imported the right thing for window? Ooh, I've imported two things as window. Right, we want web HTML. Let's do that as HTML. And here this is going to be HTML.window. It's a bit weird to say HTML.window, but that's where it is. Okay. Okay, that was the problem. Not the problem I expected. So here we should be able to say HTML.window. And then window location, which has not been imported, but now we can import it. Give it much time. So lift effect of that. No. Okay, let's do it bit by bit. So we got this one working. Lift effect of HTML.window. And location is lift effect of window.location applied to window. I thought I fixed that. Web HTML as HTML. That works. Okay, so when I put the next line in, lift effect window.location. This won't work, so I'm not passing in the window to it. Okay, match function window with effect type. So we'll pass in the window. Okay. And then we can show it. Now we're back to can't match type. I wonder if this error is wrong. In the wrong place, maybe. If it's the start of the unwrapped do. I wonder if this is the problem. I'm really confused now. So that gets window, that gets location. They seem fine, but I get a warning. And if I try and log it, I get a weird thing saying couldn't match type. But only if I log it. So I go html.window that. Oops. It's what I would expect to work. You take the window, you put in the location, and that gives you back the location. Doesn't tell me what type it thinks location is. But if I then try and log it, for a second, now it's saying how much effect with this thing. But if you compare it to something here, oh, goodness sake, John. This is also an effect. Right, okay, now we can't show the location. Okay, that was annoying. So it's one of these things. And what is location? And did I really want path name anyway? Path name gives us back a string. That might be better. Path name takes a location and gives us back a string. Okay. So we could maybe say log show path name of location. No, that's not how you write things in PureScript, and also it's terrible how you write things. So this comes from HTML location, okay. I'm going to import log. Are we almost there? Oh, it's an effect, okay. Right, so path name is, I'm going to qualify this, so we'll say location.path name of location. And it should allow me to import that. And then we will log path name. And it's going to tidy some stuff up here, so we're not going to import that unqualified. Okay, we have a lift effect here. These error messages are quite annoying. So if anything in this do block goes wrong, it highlights the first line and says the type is wrong, which is not really what I wanted. Okay, anyway, Spigo. Spigo install web HTML. Run it again. Cool. So we go back to here, bring up the inspector, reload, look at the console. Obviously the output will be empty. If we go blah, then you get a problem from the back end. If I say slash, oops, let's not print it. If I say slash, stop doing that. Where's that character gone? There it is. Woo. Unread page. It is still not logging anything. Okay. So a couple of things. One is I'm just going to log anything here. Well, let me say running. It's not saying running. Okay, so maybe this is not happening. Why would this not happen? So we start up, we do select just initialize. Oh, I know why. Because I haven't hard reloaded the page. There we go. Okay, now it says slash. That's good. And then running. So let me get rid of running. Okay. Pass name was not super helpful. What search gives us back? Kind of want the whole thing, though. What href gives us back? Here, and reload this. Href gives us back the whole thing. That's getting closer, I guess. And there's a way to drop off everything before the hash. Well, I could do it by hand, I guess. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a string and drop it up to some point. I don't know in PureScript how you manipulate strings. So we want to go from a string, some kind of character, and get back a string. No, I want some kind of strip or drop, I guess. Drop. It's annoying. Can I go string to character to list of string? That'd be array string. No. List of string. No. Give it a split. Pattern string, array string. Okay, this is not as good as Haskell. I would have swapped the arguments around for me. Pattern it's got some initializer. Okay. So what can we say? We can say the page. Actually, we'll take the whole thing. We'll just store the href. And we can say let page is, and it was split. And then pattern, and the pattern is just that. Okay, and then we want to take, gives back an array, and I'm hoping we have some kind of last. Let's see, one by one. So data array last. Not safe, but let's do it anyway. Split should come from string. Pattern should come from string. Okay, and then we can just log the page. Give not much type. Function string with type array. Oh, sorry, I forgot to give it an argument. href. Okay, and maybe string with string. Okay, so if we don't find, I didn't realize the last was safe. If we don't find anything in our array, we'll just assume we're the episodes page. So we can say from maybe episode of where's best place to put the brackets? There. Okay, and import this. Okay, so we don't have anything, it should say episode, and we do have something, it should tell us what it is. It says woo, that's good. Drop that off. It doesn't say anything useful. Because this is the last. Well, that's annoying. Okay, let me just do a function because I want to think about this for a second. So we want page is going to take a string, which is the location. So let's take a location, and it's going to give you back a string. Ideally, give you back a page actually. Page name. I want some name for the bit after the hash, the octothorpe. So page name of some location L. Now we know. Oh, that's really annoying because in order to get something at the location, in order to call href, we have to add an effect. So actually, let's make this a string. So given some href, given some href, what I want to do, let's say if it contains a hash character, pound, is that the thing people call it? I can't remember. In the UK it'd be hash. If it contains that, then I want to do the splitting and take the last part. If it doesn't, then I want to default it to be episode. So I could say something like we'll split into parts first of all. Do that in href. So we split that up, and then we can say case the length of parts so it is exactly one element in there. Then we'll return episode. Otherwise, assume it's more than one, and we will take the last thing from the parts. Oh, but it's really annoying because that's still a maybe. So you can say from maybe episode, even though this is impossible, from there. So length, data array length. Okay. So we should here be able to just log page name of href and drop that out. Reload. Okay, now it says episode, you don't have anything. Got a slash, it says episode, well, it chucks the slash away. And you can say that, and it says episode. Good, good, good. Not really what I want. It always says episode. Okay, so let's go, first of all, string to character to int, maybe int. So let's try to find out where it is in the string. Can we go string pattern? Or maybe it's character to string. Let's go for pattern. Let's go for character. It's a character I'm looking up. Oh wow, I don't know what the standard library is here at all. Pattern string, index of. Okay, that's the thing I want. So let's try again. We can say case index of pattern hash in href. So when that is nothing, we return episode. And when that is just some index, we want to drop everything up to that index. So I'm hoping we can go int to string to string. Drop, good. Okay, and 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's up to and including that point. So I should be able to say drop I from href and import these things. Itself comes from string, drop comes from string again. Okay, let's see if that one works. Out by 1. I wanted I plus 1. Okay. Take that off. Here's episode. Put that in. That's a special case we'll have to deal with actually, because if that is the end of the string, then we still want it to say episode. we put woo in the end, or topics, whatever it's going to be, it grabs that almost. Okay, that's special case. So it's nothing, it's episode. If it is just the length of href, -1, I think that'll be episode. And otherwise, drop I+1 from href. Oh, kind of a handy function in there. And in another case. So just I, and then we can say if I is equal to the length of href -1, then episode else that. Okay, not much. I've got the wrong length imported. Might have not. We don't need these anymore, I don't think. Did string? Oh. That's just going to be string to int. Length, string to int, in strings. Okay, can we do some indentation? Okay, so if we do match this, but it's at the very end of the string, then we get episode, otherwise we'll drop everything else. Just going to clean up my unused references. Oh, again. Okay, let's see if that works. And that says woo, which is the correct answer. That says episode, which is correct, and then we take it out. That also says episode. Okay, cool. Right, so now we can work out which page we should be on based on what comes after the hash at this point. So we're not going to go all the way of fixing browser history or anything like that. We will just set it in the URL, and when we load it, we will when we load the page, we'll have a look at it and see what page it should be on. Okay. So this page, list of pages, we've got to URL. We might say from page name. I might call this the page name actually. So from page name goes from a string to a page. From page name of episode I just don't like the way it indents. I don't like the blank line it puts when you have pattern matches in function definitions. So I'm going to try using a case statement so it doesn't put empty blank lines in. So I'm going to say if it's episode, then we will return episode page. If it is topics, then we return topics page. And if it is cast, we will return cast page, and obviously that's not complete, so anything else we will say not found page doesn't exist, so I'll create that and say not found page there. Okay, and then this thing, this TRL, I'm going to rename to be to page name. And again, we will say P, and we will say case P of, and then we'll say episode comes that. I'll be episode page. Topic page will be topics. Cast page will be cast. Typing's not going well. And not found page will be not found. I don't think this will ever appear, but just in case. Okay. Then show current page. I've not found I wonder what this does actually. It's strange I've got a show current page that returns a string. This one's a bit more interesting. So when we're actually displaying it, not find page, and we'll just be very boring and say hh.p, hh.text not found. Right. Okay, so we have a function extract the page name, which we're using here and just logging, but we won't log it, we'll actually use it. So we will say h.modify, we'll return anything from that, we'll take the current state and we'll say current page is equal to from page name of page name of href. No compiler errors. Must be great. Okay. Last thing I'm going to do is in the initialize, I want to say current page. I don't want it to say not found because I don't want it to jump, say not found and immediately reload the page because that's confusing. What I actually want to do is just render nothing. So there may be a situation where we don't have a page. That's going to break a bunch of stuff. What's it broken first? Okay, these are all justs. And then we need the nothing case. And in that case, we'll just say hh.text loading, which might flash briefly. Don't know. Okay, and an initial state, we will change to be nothing. And we've got one more error somewhere here. We've actually got two more. So current page is going to be just of that. And then down here, current page will be just that page. Okay. Now the net result of this should be exactly the same. So when you load the site, it goes to upcoming episode. But if I put /topics, it doesn't work. It does kind of work. Okay, you type and hit return, it's not hitting the initialize. It's not loading the page. But it does mean if you type /topics in there, it works. And then if you type /cast and then load the page, then you get the cast. It's almost what I want. It means I can come back to this in the future and have it load a particular page. Okay, so setting it in the URL. So I want something that goes from a location, I think from location, to an effect unit. We had before, that was reload. That's probably not the one I want, but it looks like replace might be the thing that I want. Or assign. It's really unclear as to what I'm actually setting here. So oh, hash might have been the thing I wanted. I wonder what that does. That's really annoying. Just for fun, if I say, instead of logging page name, can I log? Oh, it's going to be under effect, isn't it? So if I say hash is h dot lift effect of window.hash, no, it's location.hash, sorry, of location, and then we'll log that. That might have been the thing I wanted. Yeah, it is the thing I wanted. It gives me back hash cast, and then hash woo gives me back that. Oh, not found. I'm testing my not found page. That's cool. Okay, so all of that shit I wrote I didn't need. Well, we don't have anything. Just out of curiosity. Gives me an empty string. Okay. So we get the hash back. We don't need the href at all. And we can just do that here. So we can take that. Then we want to say from page name as a hash. It's not going to be called from page name anymore. It's going to be from hash. So from page name, if we can find it, I'll just rename that. I'll just put the hash in there for convenience. And I'll get rid of these imports that I'm not using anymore. Okay, so episode, oh, it's not slash episode, sorry, it's slash hash episode. Okay, and then slash hash cast. That still works. Okay, so we have a problem now where if it's actually empty, it should be episode. Because that's different from before. Episode page. And then anything actually not found. So that's okay. If you take it off and load the page, it comes back as episode. That's good. Do that for a second. And then if I put slash hash woo, load that, not found. Okay. So I didn't need a lot of the work I did, but that's okay. Okay, I'm running out of time. Setting the location. because we have set hash. I think that's the thing I want to do. So we'll get the location. We won't get the hash part. Oops. And this will be location. And then we want to call h.lift effect of, look, is it location? So it is in location. And this gives us back an effect unit. Okay, so we should be able to say location.set hash. And it takes a hash. So there'll be 2 hash of p and the location. And then we'll do a modify. So to hash, I'd called to page name 4. So let's change that to be to hash. And we'll pop the hashes in here. Let's see if that does anything. Topics appears in there, episode appears in there, and cast. Okay, kind of cool. So if we take the URL of topics, close the window, pop it back in, it loads the topics page. Right, so I have the router, and I've run out of time. So I'm not going to have time to do this, but I'm going to install it while we're here. It's just a bit of work I need to set up and write a CSS file and load a CSS file and then start to add some classes to things. I don't think I'm going to do that in a couple of minutes, but let's see if we can get some styling in a couple of minutes. Okay, created a config file, and then I put my templates in there. Is that right? So content, and I passed all my template files in here. Okay, where did I come out? Oops. I'm actually loading, so it's just these 2, I think. So from the point at which I'm running it, it's /star.html. Oh, I did this braces. HTML or JS. That should probably be it. Then we need a CSS file of some kind. So I guess let's create it here as showtime. Pop those in there. It's probably a helper for Tailwind. Oops. Tailwind's IntelliSense. Let's do that. It's not CSS, it's Tailwind. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Then this is the magic to recompile it. Oh, I want to give it a slightly different name, but okay, we can look at that. Let me just rename this to input CSS. and say this is also tailwind. Okay, and grab that last terminal I had and drop that in there, but we are going from input.css to return.css. Okay, and then finally I want this in my header of the index here. I don't think I need the character set, but I'll leave it in because it seems right anyway. And it's not dist output, it is just showtime. Okay. There we go. I have now loaded the unstyled version of my site, but we now have some tailwind in place. And very quickly, that's not the bit I wanted. Layout. Okay. Have we got some kind of navigation stuff or columns? Do I want columns? Show me some examples. I want something for doing navigation. Oh, this might be it. Flex and flex row, that should do it, I think. Right, so very quickly. In here, where I have my this thing, I want to put some classes in here. So h.classes. Is a class name? Is that it? Let's see what happens. So flex and flex row. No. Okay, is it hp.classes? It is hp.classes, and it takes an array of class names. Okay, this compiles, and then inside here you want basis 1 / something. So here we can say hp.classes, and we've got hh.class name, and it was basis, is it dash? And 1 /3. And I probably want the same thing everywhere. Let's grab that. Oh, didn't copy it. That's annoying. F, Y. Paste it. That did not come out right. What did I actually copy? It's just like class name in the coded string. Thank you. I didn't close my flex properly. And reopen it there. Thank you. That would just cause me many hours of debugging. Okay, that worked, but I didn't have the comma. So let's drop that in there. And then finally, that thing, and put it in there. And then they don't need to be they don't need to be LIs. They can just be divs, I guess, at this point. But let's leave them the way they are. Okay. So here we go. Absolutely nothing happened. Oh no, it did happen now. Okay. So here we have our flex row. Oh, but everything's inside it. I should put it on UL. Right. And oh, I don't want that in there. Split nodes go back in there. This is a UL. And it's got the classes. And then it's got a list of ULs, right? Confused now, what type's going to match function with that? Is this a div underscore? Okay, so div underscore. Got a UL. Oh. Got that. And there's no comma. That's the trouble. It's 2 arguments. Right. Okay, horribly formatted. I'm just trying to see if I can get something to kind of work. There we go. Upcoming episodes, topics, cast. Okay. Haven't done much styling. Next week I will come back and do some more styling, tidy up this HTML a bit. I'll pull out some classes for doing this stuff. Basically I want to say classes flex row, and it should just turn it into this HP stuff. Yeah, so I'll look at all of that next week. I guess I won't be going back to Haskell next week. I'll be doing just a little bit more to try and do some kind of styling. We'll try and do things like highlight the current thing, make this look a bit more like a nav bar, those kinds of things. Yeah, but I'll do it next week, and we will finally maybe finish working on the UI stuff. So maybe 2 weeks time, I'll go back and look at Haskell and look at doing some kind of proper database. That's the plan. Thanks for watching along, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.